Well, you mentioned that in order for the films to be successful, they had to be made on tight budgets. So many of your colleagues and you yourself have talked over the years about how important pre-production is to making your films. Can you talk a little bit about what the pre-production process was like for you on films made that you were directing yourself, but also that you were producing?
Yes, well, I'll start with the actual production. We were generally shooting on a 10-day schedule with budgets of $60,000, $70,000, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. And my theory was this, and it may go back to the engineering, that when you're shooting on a tight schedule like that, you don't have time to make important decisions. You've got to just shoot. But you have all the time in the world in pre-production. So when I was directing and then working with directors who started with me, I emphasized the importance of pre-production because you had all the time you needed to make your key decisions. For instance, to lay out your shots in advance so you don't come on the set the first day and say, where am I going to put the camera? You come on the set the first day, you know where you're going to put the camera, and you follow your production plan, knowing that you'll never follow that plan 100%. A shot you thought of doesn't work, or you get a better idea on the set. But if you have everything laid out in advance, you can follow that schedule, say 80 to 90%, and then improvise the other.
So as you continue to make films into the 21st century, all of the equipment and the technology that's being used to make movies is changing from using film cameras to now digital cameras. Can you talk a little bit about the differences in using those different digital tools? I mean, on set, but also in the special effects area that so many of your films have explored?
Yes. In the actual shooting, you can work much faster and more efficiently, not only with the cameras, with the digital cameras, which are lighter, more portable, easier to work with, but also sound. Your lights are smaller, your grip equipment, and so forth. So you can shoot much easier and much faster today with the improved lightweight equipment. During post-production, however, it turns around a little bit because when you were shooting with film, you say to the crew and also to your script clerk, all right, print take 4. Or print, if you're big time, print take 14. Whatever, you print that one take and you go into the editing room and you're working with all the takes the director has picked, but one take for each shot. When you shoot digitally, it is not worth the bother in transferring to go to the take you want. It's cheaper to print everything, which means that the director gets in to the editing room, and instead of just working with one take per shot, he may have 5 takes per shot, and suddenly he's looking at all of them and saying, hey, I like take 2, even though I said print take 8 or something like that. And so you're slowing down the process. The other thing, of course, is digital effects, primarily computer graphics. The quality is phenomenal. It's so much better than anything we ever used, but frankly, it takes forever. I'm finishing up a picture. This was Death Race 2000. I'm finishing up a picture for Universal, Death Race 2050, 50 years later. And the crashes, the stunts, and everything will be real, but there'll also be computer graphics, so they'll be much better. But as usual, we're behind schedule on the computer graphics. Every picture I've ever done with computer graphics has been behind schedule.